How do you execute the Sqoop job? Remember, we have created Sqoop jobs, right? We've created a system of Sqoop job. Now, for us to execute it, this is the way you execute it. You would say exec and specify the name of that Sqoop job. So this will be load customers, right? And this is going to execute. It's going to load all customers to a particular, now it has started. So you run your Sqoop job, you go take coffee because you know it's going to come through. If you want to take a look at it again, we are using packet data file, so they're going to be exported as packet file, right? Why packet? Because it's awesome, number one. That's funny, right? Because I have done this before as text file. It turns out that for example, some names here, right? Like, hold on, let me show you this. There were some things that were text format that were messing up the data, and it was breaking it by delimiter. So I was kind of sick of it, right? I was kind of sick of it. So I just said, okay, change it to a binary format. A binary format will retain the data in a way that will be understood either by the system or by myself. Text format, it's bogus, number one. Number two, some of the data in here contain, for example, if you do products, let's go to products. You do, let me give you a format. Let me give you one. No, it's not here. Where did I have that problem? I had a problem with customers. Where is customer? Yes, this and this, right? So some things like addresses, they were having commas and they were having delimiters that I'm not sure of. Because I'm not sure of the delimiter, even if I try to import with a delimiter and that data already contains that delimiter, there was a problem for me. I mean, I actually had a problem. I cannot remember exactly where, but in this test case when I was doing it, I had that problem. And I just said, no, man, give it up. I want to do it in a binary format. So I can either do it as Avro, it's binary, or I can do it as sequence file, it's binary. I can do it as Parquet, it's binary. But of all these options, I love Parquet more. So I just chose that. Secondly, it's easy for me to pick up Parquet whether I'm working with Pig or whether I'm working with Spark. It's easier for me to pick up Parquet than other types. It's easier for me to just build a Hive table on top of this, and so Parquet is just used all around. So it just became I use it a lot. So probably it's my inclination, but I have reasons why I support that inclination. So now I have copy the data. I want you to look at this, very important. Saving incremental import state to MetaStore. Updating the job for load customer. Now if I say show, right? I would see the last value. Oh yeah, this was what I was trying to show you before, the last value. So if the next day the details of a customer is updated, that details of the customer will join the next value. So you know what, I can do this, execute this, look at it, I'm executing this again. You would see what Sqoop will do. I'm showing you because you said, nobody said never use the Sqoop job. You would see Sqoop will say, he's trying to get the new value. It's trying to get a new value, right? It's trying to get a new value, and it's not going to see a new value. You know why? It's hanging there. Now, remember the first report. The first report says the number of records copied was 19,237. Let's look at what we have here. Number of records copied was 0. Yeah, because I have not updated any client's record lately, right? But if I go to SQL and update this record, I will get a new client. So you see, you are safe. You cannot move data twice because you always check it, right? Because of that date demarcation. So in production, yes, when you're in class, you're taught about Sqoop import, Sqoop export, but in production, this is what you really want to use, right? In production, this is actually what you want to use. To use a tool that is going to help you demarcate data that you've moved before and data that you want to move again because it has been updated. So we have moved the data for load customer. So we can do the same for all of them. Load products, right? We can open another one. Load sales order history, Sqoop job, exec, load sales order detail. Is it detail or details? I don't know. Detail, right? Good. Then open a fourth one, Sqoop job, execute, load sales order header. Right. So we're just moving all of them at once. So once you've done product, you see it will save incremental for product, it will save the date, and anytime you do it again, it knows that you've done that. I think you already understand that already. You already understand that. Let's see the time. I promise not to cross the time. So we have 20 something minutes more. So we have done the Sqoop move, right? So what next? We want to now process the data, use data processing. Spark. Okay, so we moved this. Incremental store is done. You want to see, it will show you the last ID. The last ID that was copied, will be somewhere here. Find it. Yeah, the ID should be somewhere. I'm missing it, but the ID should be somewhere. It saves it so that if you run it twice or thrice, it doesn't matter. You will never get a duplicate. Okay, let me try run it again. Saves other. I don't think I will copy anything. If I do that, that means, oh, sorry, not this. Not this. Execute. This one should return nothing. So just the same way you saw product, you see header and you see exit. So let's see, the ID should be somewhere inside here. Oh, good, that's it. Okay. Yeah. So now if this runs, it should not return any value because there's no new stuff that has been added since the last run. Okay, so that's something you want to add to your toolkit as a user of a Sqoop. So look at it, number of records. Oh no, something is wrong right here. Number of records, so we've duplicated it. So the configuration is not perfect. Split, sales by number, check, sales order, increment, append. Hold on, we should then have two files here. That's sad. Sales details. Now we now have two files of the same size. So this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. So I will fix that script. There should be something wrong with that script. But remember when we did the same thing for customers, it was the same thing always, right? We couldn't import something. So something is wrong with my script. Something is wrong with my script. Let's see, split by, NAPA, check column, sales order, incremental type, append. Let me try this, Sqoop, import. I was trying to see if I typed that append well. Incremental type, append. Okay, I think I'm right when I say append. Append. So sales order. Sales order should now have the new incremental type. Incremental mode, append rows, right? Direct false. Okay, cool. Last incremental value. Now it's fine. Now it's fine. I don't know why I didn't have that before. So let's try run. If we run it again, now it's fine. So it now has the new incremental value. Okay, the first time I couldn't find it, now I have it. This is fine. So that is that. Now let's move to Spark. You already understand the whole design principles around Sqoop. Why I chose what I chose, why I chose Parquet, why I chose to use a job, why I decided to use a database view instead of query, because then I would have been putting all these, I would have added all these into this and it would have made it a lot more dirtier, clumsy, right? So this is a lot cleaner. I'm just dealing with a table, whereas I have defined the table as a view, as pulling data. And remember, this might not perform very well, this view might not perform very well, but we are going to do it at the end of day. That's what the specification says. We're going to do it at the end of day. So users will not suffer. Nobody will suffer. It's going to happen at off hours. So that is fine. So we can close up for Sqoop and go to Spark. Now the next question is, what do we want